Hi everyone, welcome to Day 6 of the Purpose Driven Life video series. Day 6 talks about how life is a temporary assignment. To make the best of our lives, we must remember two things. Number one, compared to eternity, life is extremely short. And number two, Earth is only our temporary home. We need to see our life on Earth through God's eyes. He sees it as this. It's not our permanent home. We need to realize we are just visiting, passing through. We need to realize our citizenship is in heaven, not here on earth. God says that as His children, we should see our life differently than the non-believers, than the non-Christians. We need to realize there is far more to life than just the few years that we spend here on earth, and that our identity can be found in heaven, our heaven which is our homeland. Once we understand these truths, we will stop concerning ourselves with having it all here on earth. God's very specific about the danger of living for the here and now, being concerned with the lifestyles of the world. Because when we flirt with the temptations of the world, God calls it spiritual adultery. Spiritual adultery. That's pretty scary if you ask me. We are actually cheating on God. If all you want is your way, and what you want is what you want, you end up becoming an enemy of God. So many Christians have betrayed God. They think because they live here on earth, this is their home. But it's not. God warns not to get attached to what's around us. Not to get attached to what we have. Because it's only temporary. With all the cool stuff that surrounds us, it's easy to forget that our happiness is not found in the things of this world. We must remember life is a test, a trust, and only a temporary assignment. When we realize that the things of the world will appeal to us less and less. So if we get wrapped up in all of this stuff here on earth, having it all, having all this money, having big houses, fancy diamond rings, all that stuff, when we get wrapped up in that, it's spiritual adultery. We're cheating on God. And we forget that we're not going to take it with us when we're gone. So as long as we realize that these things are of the world, and the more we realize that our life here on earth is only temporary, then those things are going to appeal to us less and less and less. So we have to remember we're preparing for bigger and better in eternity, because this is not our permanent home. That explains why we experience so much difficulty, sorrow, pain, and rejection, but it also explains why some of God's promises seem unfulfilled and prayers unanswered. And some of our circumstances seem unfair, but this keeps us from becoming too attached to this earth, to this earthly life, to this worldly life. We are not completely happy here on earth, because we're not programmed to be happy on earth. We were programmed to be happy in heaven. We do have happy times, but those are nothing. Those are nothing compared to what we will experience in heaven. A fatal mistake to make is to assume that God's goal for your life is material prosperity, popular success. God never promised us material abundance, and faithfulness doesn't guarantee success in your career or even in your ministry. Let me tell you that again. God never promised us material abundance, and He never said our faithfulness would guarantee success in our careers, in our lives, or in our ministries. Never focus on temporary success. Millions of faithful people have lost everything or have died with nothing to show for all their hard work that they did, but they were rewarded in heaven. God sees heroes as those who treated their life as a temporary assignment. Those are God's heroes. They served faithfully, and they expected their reward to be found in eternity. And they found their reward in eternity. Remember, your time on earth is just the beginning. The rest of the book will be written in heaven. It takes a lot of faith to live here on earth as a foreigner. But remember, we're foreigners in this land. You won't be in heaven 2 seconds before you say, "Why did I place so much importance on things that were so temporary?" Man, think about it. You get to heaven and you're going to be going, "Gosh, I could have had a V8. Why did I place so much importance on having all that money and having a fancy home and having it all? Why was it so important?" It's not. Wait till you get to heaven and you see the reward that God has for you. So remember, when life gets tough, it's only temporary. When you die, you're not leaving home. You're not family. You're not leaving your family behind. You're going home. You're going to be with your family. And the ones that are left here when you die, it won't be long and they'll be with you in heaven as well. Thing to ponder this week is, this world is not your home. Your home is in heaven. The verse is 2 Corinthians 4:18. That's 2 Corinthians 4:18. And the question for the week, how should the fact that life on earth is just a temporary assignment change the way you're living right now? How should the fact that life on earth is just a temporary assignment change the way you're living right now? See you next time. Have a blessed week.